following game does not have an ESRB rating, nor does it have any sort of mature content restrictions. That being said, it is a game where you solve puzzles and trying to find all the mines. And while I do not believe, as there is no actual violence, cartoon or otherwise, it should offend or upset any age group or anyone personally, if this game still upsets your sensibilities, then I still caution discretion. You have been warned.
This is Globesweeper, a little puzzle game that I like doing. Let's actually... Loading. I should probably unmute the TV so I can actually hear things. There we are. That is the leaderboard. Not what I want. Here we are. Classic. Generate. So, it's basically Minesweeper, just not preloaded into Microsoft Windows. Made by, I guess, a third-party developer. I should look that up. It is also a 3D environment. We're using multiple different types of puzzles. The classic, which are squares. We also have hexagons, which you saw before, and the insanity of triangles. As you can clearly see that. So, basically, the goal is, as always, reveal squares, and the numbers on the square denote how many mines are in that specific while touching that specific square. So only one mine is touching here, and since everything but one block is removed, that's got to be a mine. As is that, because the one next to it is 2, and there are only 2 blocks touching. So therefore, you just basically keep on going around and around and around and around until you get the entire board completed. Now, it looks like here that since this is 3, one's already marked, and there are only other 2 squares remaining, it should be these 2. However, this is where the 3D effect plays into it. So, it's basically a cube. So you have 5 other sides to solve in addition to this one. And while these 2 could be mines, it could also be any one of these 3 as well. So if we go over here, because I am not figuring that out by my lonesome. We have this one, and that's a mine that's touching it, so it should be there. This one's tricky because this one could denote which one's a mine, but it's touching 2 unknown squares. So either these 2 could be a mine. Since this is 2, that means it's also touching 2 squares. However, this is a 1, which means that one of these 3 have to be a mine. And if it's this one, that means that if it was these 2, which would make that true, this one would not, because it would be that one, and that one would make this a 2. Conversely, if this was also a mine, then this one would also be a 2 because it would be touching 2 mines. So therefore, this one has to be the mine, whereas this is not, because if these two were, then this would not be a 1, or this would not be a 1, and there has to be 2 mines here, so it can't be this one and this one, it has to be either or. That's definitely a mine. Yeah, so if we look over here, this one's also a mine because it's surrounded by 1s and it's by itself, which means that these 2 are the only unmarked ones for this 2. So therefore these 2 have to be mine, which means this cannot. That's another 2, which means therefore, and so forth. Then we keep going around and around and around. And see, so we see that's a mine, which means that this one cannot, which means that the last block standing is the 3rd mine. And since that's marked with these 3, we go over down here, and we see that these 2 are already marked, so that can't be a mine. And this one's marked, so that can't be a mine. But since there's no other mines here, this has to be a mine because of that 1. Same with this one because of this 2. And then so forth and so on. And yes, I'll mostly be repeating that over and over and over again. There we go. That's a 1, that's a 1. This has to be 4, this has to be the 4th one. I revealed that. This is a mine. That's a mine as well. These cannot be. Yeah, that's probably the mine there. And these. A lot of logistical. Yeah, a lot of moving things around in the supply chain in the chain of supply and demand. A lot of logical thought in this. Also, guesswork. Because there are just some times when logic can't give you the answer, so you literally have to guess 1 or 2. Alright, that side's done, this side's done, that side's done. 1, 2, 3, 4 sides are done. 5. Wait, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. It's counted there. So that's the mine. This is the mine. They're not. That one is, and there we go. So we have one entire side completely not done, and no easy solutions, because any one of these 2 could be this 3rd one's mine. Same with this one. Of course, if that's the mine, then this has to be a mine, which means that this can't be. Although if this is the mine, no, this can't be the mine. Wait. So if this is the mine, then that would make that true and that true. Whereas if this is the mine, it would still be true there. So this can't be the mine. And these are tallied with, which means that the only 4 touching here are those 4, which means the only 2 touching here are these 2. Same with that one, which means it's got to be there, and not there, or there, or there, or there. And as we can see, using logic, we basically take everything apart. And clearly, after getting more clues, that's the mine. So that's the mine, and it's all clear. I like flagging all the mines, but sometimes I'm not paying attention. So as we view, everything is clear, and that is how you win Minesweeper. Or Globesweeper, I guess you should call it. Now, as I said before, there are other different variants. So we also have the hexagon, which is slightly more difficult on account of, and instead of having, I guess it wouldn't be more difficult, because instead of having 8 squares around it, you only have 6. So if we again have that, that's got to be the mine because it's surrounded by 1s. And that's the only unknown touching that one. Same here. And here. And here and here. And here. And here. That's it. There and there, which makes that one there, but we don't know about these 3. And there's that one. And these. And there. Okay, so that's smart. And we have that, which covers that one. And we have these over here. That's good, that's good. That's the last one for that. Don't know about these two because, you know, I mean, well, no, this one isn't touching this one, so it has to be, that has to be the mine. We go up and around. That's the only one touching that mine. That's 2, so there's the mine. There's that one. There's that. We got that over there. That's the final mine there. So it's got to be, yeah, 3. This 3 could be either of those 2. That. Yeah, it's got to be the mine there, and then there, and then there. So there's some more mines. That's got to be the mine there. It has to be the mine there, which means that this one now has 2 flags. So either these couldn't be the mines, but any of these can be for its other 2. Could also just simply be there, which will cover both of them. However, it could be there and there. Since I have 32 mines left, that's an unknown. So we have this one here, would be the last one for that 3. And these 2 would be the last ones for that 3, which means that this one already has one, so that can't be a mine. Which means that this one has to be, because that's the last one for that 2. And then these 2, because that would make 4. And then this one, because that would make 3. And then this one, because that would be 1, which means those can't be mines. That's the 2 there. And that one can't be a mine. We solve that 3 that way. So that's got to be a mine, which means that can't, and that's a 5, practically surrounded. And then we have 1, which means that's not a mine, which means this is. And then those 3 are already flagged, so that's not a mine, but this is because it's only got 2. Which means this one's good, but this one isn't. And that one's good, and these, which leaves this one alone, because so that's 2, and then this one, and then this one, and then this one, which covers up these, but not that. So that's a 1. That's the 1 there, and then those are good, and that's good. We still don't know about well, we know this one because it's already got 2 flags and it's a 2, so that can't be unless I'm mistaken. Which leaves the odd one out for this number there, and the odd one out for that number there, which means that one's good, which means these 2 are, because that's a 4, and there's your 4. Which means that's the 2, that's the 2, and that's 1, and 1, and 1. And that's another 2 in there. And then we have 2 there, and 2 there, and 1 there, and 3 there, which satisfies that 2 as well. And then these 2 satisfy that 4. And then that can't be the 2, and we're good. What did I miss? Oh, those 2 down there. Again, I like flagging all the mines, but I don't always get that option. So in addition to the hexagons and squares, there's also triangles, which, if you're taking a look at the statistics, I've tried several times and haven't gotten around and haven't managed to win once. Why? Because you would think it'd be easy, because there's only three triangles each touching each square. That is not correct. It counts the points as well. So in addition to these three, you also have these three, and then these three, and then these three, making 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 possible options it can be for any one triangle. So if we click there, this is one because that's the only one touching there. Then we can move all of those. And then we have two, but for this one, there's actually three unknown. Well, one mine and then two unknowns. So the mine could be either one of these two. And conversely, for this two, it could be either one of these three. Same with this one. It could be any one of these four. So these two don't help me figure out which one of these two goes to that two. And normally the ones would help because it would denote it's the only square touching. However, this one right here, this isn't the only block touching this block. You actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 options it could be. And that one's by itself. Now even here, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So any one of these 5 could, well, any 4 of these 5, I should say, go with this 4. Although only these 3 can go with that 4. So it's going to be either one of these 2. And only one of them can be the mine. And I usually do not end well guessing a choice between 2. Although that can't be the mine because that one's already flagged. That one's already flagged. Oh, I guess they were already picked. I can't count, so what do you expect? Who's got 2, so it could be any one of these 5. Yeah, I got nothing. Alright, guesswork time. And I was incorrect. That is not a mine, but that was. So yeah, I don't like triangles. I'd rather go with the classics. It's what I'm used to. It's what I like. What I can do without much headache. Although, that being said, it's not exactly easy. You still have to put in the work. There's that, and then there's that. Then these 2, and that one. I'm sorry, I grew quiet because I'm concentrating. So there we are, those, and then that. And then those. And there. Was not paying attention, see? Even if you're good at it, you can still screw up. I wasn't paying attention and failed to notice that this mine was already flagged for this one, so I thought that was that. Even the best can screw up. Let us begin again. that. But that can't be because that would make that a 3, which would be illegal, so that can't be the mine. And then there we are there. I almost did it again where I flagged something that shouldn't have been flagged. There we are there, but this doesn't really help me out. Well, that has to be the mine because it's the only square left. That one's good, that's good, up and around. That's 2, that could have been dangerous. Those are mines. Down. And there's your last mine on that side. 2 and 2, so that's the mine there. That's the mine for that one. There, and then good there. And that's good. And these 2. And that mine. That mine. That there. And that's the mine, as is that. Yes. 2 there, so that's 1. Good there. Good there, and put that. There and there. This has to be mine because of that 3. These are good. Because that's the mine there. That 2. No, that's not the mine because then there would be 2 here. So it's got to be that mine. And that one. That's 3. 1 there. And that. And that. And that. There. That's got to be the mine. Okay, that's odd. Must have flagged something more than I should have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we are. Messed up this square. Because this is a 4, which means there should be 4, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mines here. So we gotta look at this. So these 3 are all mines because they have to be because of this 3. That's the incorrect one. Mistakes happen. I used to like to say back when I was working retail, it's fine to make mistakes as long as you follow 2 simple rules. Never make the same mistake twice, and never make the same mistake twice in the same day.